I just had my second coffee of the day. I'm feeling very jittery. If that comes across on camera, katsi miei. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have something that I'd like to talk to you about today, and that something is horrendous medical takes that I have found while perusing the grand old internet. Now, before we get into this video, I do want to say a quick thank you to everybody who's been subscribing to my channel recently. We have surpassed 9,000 subscribers, which is like a really crazy thing. I never thought that my channel would be blowing up, as the kids say. I just really appreciate all of y'all's continued support and the love and kindness that you've shown for my YouTube channel, but also on my TikTok, my Instagram, and everything. Like, it just blows my mind continuously, the support that you guys give me every day. So I can't thank you enough for all of that. It truly does mean the world to me. Again, thank you guys for 9,000 subscribers. It really does mean a lot to me. And with all of that sappy bullshit out of the way, let's get into the meat of this video, the horrendous medical takes that I've seen online. I've compiled my favorite ones here into a little folder for you guys that I'm going to share with you now. And there is a specific theme that kind of runs through these specific ones that I've picked out for this video today. So I want you to comment down below if you catch on and if you can tell what that theme is. I will tell you at the end of the video, but I would really love to see if you guys can catch on and kind of understand what it is that I'm trying to point out here, okay? So keep that in mind, get out your little notebooks, start taking notes, whatever, and let's get into it. So the first one that I'm going to show you guys is just this graph that Kevin Base, PhD, MS, tweeted out. So he says, young trans people are overwhelmingly female and older trans people are overwhelmingly male. Why? Somebody quoted said, we all know why, but the tweet that I want you guys to focus on is at the bottom here, where this person responded and said, young people are victims of vaccine injury. They've got autism and too many heavy metals in their brain, which equals mentally ill. I don't know if you guys are following. That's pretty difficult math right there. So if you guys aren't good at math, I'll write it out here for you. So we've got vaccine injury plus autism plus too many heavy metals in brain equals mentally ill, otherwise known as transgender. Did you guys get that? Are you guys following me? They're putting heavy metals into our brains and that's making us trans. I feel like I don't need to add anything onto that. Like, I feel like you guys can just tell why that's fucking ridiculous. If this person is how old I think they are, if this person is as old as I think they are, if they fall into the boomer range, like, I would bet my bottom dollar that that person has more lead in their body than I have heavy metals. I bet if I tried to have a civilized conversation with them, they would give me the old boomer lead paint stare. Just fucking... That's what I'm feeling. That's the vibe that I'm getting from that person. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the vibe that I'm getting from somebody who would make such a horrendous take as that. This next one I had to include because, as you guys know, if you haven't been living under a rock, you're aware of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, and her rampant transphobia. But yeah, I had to include this one because it always seems like these TERFs and these gender criticals, they latch on to the fact that J.K. Rowling is so, like, she's an ally for the gender critical people, you know? Like, they latch on to her support so tightly that they never use anything other than Harry Potter as, like, examples in their silly little memes, their silly little TERF memes. So this one, for example, is a picture of Crabbe, Goyle, and Draco Malfoy, like comparing them between two different movies, and it says, puberty hit Vincent Crabbe different. This person tweeted it out, unlike trans people who don't get to experience puberty. Are you fucking dumb? That's literally the entire process of medically transitioning, is you're experiencing puberty. For the second time, I might add. Trans people experience puberty twice. And he has the audacity to sit there and be like, well, trans people just don't experience puberty at all. There's no way that this is real. There's no way that this person genuinely believes that trans people do not go through puberty. Like, one of the main reasons that people start to experience gender dysphoria is because of puberty. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. My brain just cannot comprehend somebody actually believing that and actually thinking that. This guy believes that eating pussy makes you gay. This guy literally tweeted out, men who eat pussy are spiritual lesbians. And he quoted that and said, there is likely a direct correlation between men who do this, 99% of leftist men, and modern leftism. It is my suspicion that there is something in the vaginal fluids that is capable of estrogenizing the body, cuckolding the spirit. Like, what the hell does that even mean? Someone responded and said, unprotected sex too. The vaginal fluid gets onto the testicles and penis and absorbs into the body, causing the same estrogenic effect. Like, they're all just telling on themselves here. They're literally just telling on themselves. They are not having sex with women. They are not getting any pussy. And they're making it everybody's fucking problem. And to justify the fact that they're not getting any pussy, they're claiming that if they were to sleep with women, then it would turn them into femboys. And that's not what they want. They are not liberal soy boys. They are red-blooded true patriotic American men. They've got to just be either spanking it by themselves 24/7, or they're just hooking up with men, doing it in the butt, like true Americans. I don't fucking know, you guys. This shit is so fucking ridiculous. So now we're going to start to get into these very specific type of tweets and statements that I see from a lot of TERFs and a lot of gender critical people. They really love to harp on one specific thing. The whole "we can always tell" argument, right? They love to claim that you can always clock a trans person, even if they're dead, even if they're 6 feet under, even if your bones are dug up centuries later by archaeologists. The archaeologist will be able to tell this person was a female. I won't care. I'll be dead. You know, my spirit will have moved on by then. I don't give a fuck if some Indiana Jones wannabe digs up my skull, looks at it and goes, this was a biological female. I don't give a fuck. I'm dead. But that's the one point that they love to harp on. And so these tweets, you're going to see the kind of theme that I'm weaving through here. Starting off with a classic from Rory Sherman, this tweet says, "You can't always tell." Someone responds, 99% of the time, we can. Where's your study on that? And instead of providing any sort of like actual scientific research or any sort of study that has like empirical evidence, for example, they just responded with this picture that allegedly shows the difference between a male and a female skull. I don't think that's how that works. And because of this tweet, I had to include this one, this classic from Daughter of Sappho. This is how TERFs think skeletons work. And you can literally see in this picture, the comparison of the skull sizes looks almost identical to the comparison of the skulls in the fucking original tweet. That's how they think skeletons work. I don't know. They think that men have these massively square, humongous jaws and cheekbones, and women are just dainty and pointy and soft. Okay, these next couple of ones, it really fucked with me. It really gave me a brain fuck. So this first one is from Lori Wiseman, who says, "Women have a pelvis, men do not. Plain and simple." Again, just completely disregarding centuries of anatomical research and like literal proof that men and women have a pelvis. It's part of your skeleton. Like, what the fuck? But then to really drive home the fact that they do not have any sort of like cohesion in the claims that they're making or anything like that, I have another tweet that says, "Those with a penis and able to use a urinal should use the men's restroom. Those without a penis and a pelvis should be able to use the ladies' restroom." So this person is implying that women don't have pelvises, whereas men do. So which is it? Who wears the pelvis in the relationship? Fuck the pants. I want to know which one of you has the pelvic bone in your skeleton. That's how you determine who's the man in the relationship. They're making these wild, unbased claims, and they can't even agree on what they think is or isn't normal. I don't even know what you would call it. Like, it's just so crazy to me. Like, you guys can't even fucking agree. Don't you guys have little conferences or some shit where you go and you discuss and you make points? You all have like a bullet pointed list where you're like, okay, we believe that men have pelvises, and the other half of the room is like, no, women are the ones with the pelvises. And then they have like this, they put it up for a fucking vote, and they're like, okay, whoever thinks that men have the pelvises, say aye. And then like, you know, people say aye, and then whoever thinks women have a pelvis, say aye. And you go, aye, okay. And then they count the hands, and whoever has the most votes wins, and that's what they go out and they tweet about for that month. This is stuff that you should have learned in like middle school biology, like middle or high school at the latest biology classes. You should have been taught this. And so I'm not sure if this speaks more to the failure of the U.S. education. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Can I fucking speak? I'm not sure if this speaks more to the failure of the U.S. educational system, or if like it's just the degradation of society into this horrible, de-evolved fucking transphobic mush. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and show you guys some of these ridiculous ass medical takes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you caught on to the theme and you commented it down below, great. The theme was the fact that they don't understand how biology works, especially for some reason the skeletal system. Like, they just disregard any sort of skeletal diagram or like those fake skeletons that were probably hanging up in their high school science classes. They just disregarded those completely, and they make up the rules as they go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I have to talk to you guys about in this video. Once again, thanks everyone for your continued love and support. Thank you for 9,000 subscribers, and I will see y'all in the next video.